All right, let's take a look at some nutrition. So a lot of people take this emergency stuff. All right, here's their super immune formula. Okay, what do they got? Ascorbic acid, zinc ascorbate. Okay, this stuff is going to mess up your iron and your copper, and that is the number one thing that is going to prevent you from staying healthy. Literally, this is not vitamin C. This is just the outer shell of vitamin C. It does not contain all the stuff on the inside, especially the tyrosine. That's the copper-bound molecule at the center of vitamin C. And so this stuff goes around scavenging for copper, causes major problems. All right, so we got D3. Everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, D3. That's what I need to take." Okay. All right. Well, look at how many people are taking these kinds of doses of D3 already. This is what they add to fortified dairy products and soy milk and almond milk. Okay, so everybody's taking D3 already. Why isn't that working? All right, well let's take a look. Well, okay, so here's a paper from 2008. Okay, vitamin D deficiency raises new questions about disease and supplements. This study says, okay, we think that low vitamin D is the cause of disease. Well, what they found was that that's not true. Ingested vitamin D is immunosuppressive. Okay, and low blood levels of vitamin D may actually be a result of the disease process. That's because when your D levels are higher, it's immunosuppressive. This is how your body prevents autoimmune disease conditions. Okay, so if you have some sort of underlying chronic infection, this could be even like SIBO, right? Bacterial infection in the gut. You might have messed up D levels. Okay, so then people say, well, look at all the studies that say that D is so good. All right, let's take a look at them. All right, vitamin D deficiency in COVID-19 case control study. All right, so here, what they saw was that vitamin D status appears to be strongly associated with COVID-19 clinical severity. So, does that mean that supplementing with D to get higher levels is what they're saying is preventing disease? Or is it that what I just explained is that when you have an infection, you have lower D levels? Okay, so then if we supplement, we're suppressing our immune system even more. Okay, and that's what we see over and over and over again, right? So that they're saying here, oh, if we just get everybody to have this high level, very high level of D, that we will eliminate mortality. But that's not at all what's happening here. They're saying, okay, look, these people that came in, so people that had more severe infections had lower D levels. People who had less severe infections had higher D levels. Well, that fits. That fits the narrative. That means that the body needed less suppression of the immune system to fight a less severe infection. Their immune system was working properly. The immune system is overwhelmed. D levels are going to drop. That's a response to the infection, not the way the body is meant to take supplements in order to fix this problem. All right, we're confounding two completely different things. And again, here they're looking at people who were uh, admitted to the hospital. So these are people with more severe COVID infections, obviously. All right, and then they're saying, oh, they all had low D levels. Well, yes, of course, because their body wants their immune system to work. Right? We don't want the immunosuppressive effects of vitamin D for an otherwise healthy person. Now, why would severe cases of of COVID benefit from vitamin D? Well, because just like any other steroid, which vitamin D is a steroid, it's a corticosteroid hormone, and there's about 24 different forms of it. So it functions just like the corticosteroids that people are using in severe terminal cases of COVID to suppress the autoimmune response that's actually killing them, right? By the time somebody gets into the hospital with COVID, it's not COVID that's killing them anymore. It's their own body's immune response to the remnants of the spike protein still in their body that has been overacted, and the immune system is damaging the body, causing the infection to become more damaging, right? And so that's why people are pushing corticosteroids or corticosteroids to treat severe COVID and long COVID because that's what it's doing. It's acting like a steroid, just like the vitamin D would in those cases. But if you are not a severe case of COVID, there is no reason for you to be supplementing with a steroid. That's it. That should be very clear. There's no reason to be supplementing with a steroid if you're otherwise healthy. Now, why do so many people report, oh, I took D and I felt better? Well, if you have an autoimmune condition, um, well, you might feel better from steroid therapy, right? That's a pretty common thing. They put a lot of people with bad autoimmune diseases on steroid therapy. Does steroid therapy fix the problem? No, it's suppressing the natural response. That is not going to solve your problem.